Hello, Rhonda here with 10 yoga poses to help you improve your posture. You're going to get your spine moving in all different directions. You're going to open up through the shoulders, lengthen through the spine in standing and seated poses. Let's get started. Let's go ahead and stand tall at the middle of our mats with our feet in parallel. Bring the palms facing out. Close your eyes. We'll start with our breath work, breathing in and out through our nose, finding all four corners of our feet onto our mat. And then on our next inhale, we're going to sweep both arms up, palms come together, hands to heart. A few more times like this. Each time we reach our arms up towards the sky, we think about lengthening. 2 more times like this. Last time here. And let's bring our feet a little bit wider, still warming up the body. Let's inhale to reach both arms up and then exhale down into chair pose. Inhale, reach, lengthen, and then exhale to chair. 3 more times like this. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and bring our feet back together, starting with our first pose for good posture. We're gonna do a side bend. So let's go ahead and interlace our grip. Pointer finger reaches up towards the ceiling. We're gonna just warm up the sides of our body by tick-tocking from side to side. Our biceps are framing our ears. Let's bring it back to center. Relax our arms back down by our side. We're going to reach the right arm up with the left hand. Let's grab onto that wrist, preparing for a half moon pose. Take an inhale and then exhale up and over to your left as you slightly shift your hips over to the right. And with each inhale and exhale, lengthening and coming up a little bit further. This pose, also called half moon, stimulates heart and lungs and stretches the torso. 2 more breaths. Inhale back to center. Release that arm. Now go ahead and bring the left arm up towards the sky with the right hand, holding on to the wrist. Lengthen. Take a big inhale. And exhale up and over. Shifting those hips over to the left. Keeping that space between the chin and the chest. Stretching out the whole side of the body. 2 more breaths here. Let's go ahead and bring it back to center. Relax those arms down by your side. Roll the shoulders back and down. The second posture pose is the back bend. So you're going to return to that interlace grip. Bring the other thumb on top. Stand nice and tall, lengthen through the spine, reach those arms up towards the sky. Take a big inhale and then exhale to slowly draw a line up and back towards the ceiling. Support your lower back if needed. Anuvittasana stretches the whole entire front of the torso and energizes the body. The next pose is chest expansion to forward fold, Uttanasana. Let's go ahead and expand that chest first. Open up those arms into goalpost arms on a big inhale. And then relax those arms down by your side again. Open, lift the heart, and then relax the arms down by your side. One last time. All right, let's go ahead and come to the back of your mats. Roll those shoulders back and down. You're going to interlace your grip behind your back, opening up through the shoulders, widening through the chest. Take a big inhale, and then exhale to fold forward. Your knees are soft. Engage your abs. And once your head is as far down as it can go, and your arms are as far up as you can reach it towards the sky, you're going to release your arms down to the mat, finding the floor with your fingertips. And while you're here, just go ahead and nod your head yes, and nod your head no, and back to yes. If you're finding it difficult to reach for the floor, you can also use a block to bring you up a little bit higher, using either side of the block. Let's hold for 2 more breaths here. We're finding length at the backs of the legs and a nice stretch in the spine. And from here, we're going to walk our hands forward into a plank pose. Phalakasana strengthens the whole back, the core. If you're feeling any discomfort in your wrists, come onto your forearms. You can also come into a modified plank on your knees. 3 more breaths here. Bring your knees to your mat. Bring the tops of your feet flat onto your mat. And then shift your hips into an extended child's pose. So as your hips are reaching towards your heels, you're really reaching those arms forward. Getting lengthened through the spine in child's pose. Creating space in between each vertebra. Balasana stretches thighs, quads, and ankles. It relieves stress and anxiety. Two more breaths. And then making our way onto all fours, we're just going to do a couple of cat-cow poses here. Flexing into cat, and then extending into cow, lifting the heart, flexing the spine, drawing the navel in, and then inhale into extension. Let's go ahead and bring our spines back to neutral. We're going to roll the toes under, hover the knees off the mat, take an inhale, exhale into downward facing dog. Pose number 6. Adho, Mukha, Svanasana. Pedaling those heels right and left, to stretch out the backs of the legs and the calves. This pose strengthens, tones the arms, shoulders, and upper back, and stimulates the respiratory system. And now go ahead and press both heels towards the mat, pressing firmly through the palms of the hands and the pads of the fingers. Think about lifting your hips up towards the sky. Let's hold for 2 more breaths here. Let's go ahead and reach our right leg
high to the sky in a three-legged dog. We're going to do a little hip opener first. So bending the right knee, looking underneath that right arm, opening up through that hip. And then on your next inhale, recenter those hips. You're going to draw the right knee towards the nose, and you're going to bring your right foot in between your hands at the tops of your mat, finding yourself into a lunge pose first, and then resting your left knee onto the mat. The top of the foot comes onto the mat, preparing for Anjaneyasana. Inhale to sweep both arms up, palms together, lifting, lengthening, and then slightly drawing those arms back, opening up through the heart, stretching out the front of the body. Low lunge stretches the hip flexors and improves concentration. Hands come to heart. Come slightly up. You're going to bring that left hand to parallel to the foot, the right foot on the floor. Bring your right hand to your hip, moving in a little rotation, and reach your right fingertips up towards the sky. Let's hold for 2 more breaths here. Let's go ahead and bring that right hand to meet the left hand to frame that right foot. We're going to roll the toes under of that left foot, lift up on the knee, place both hands firmly onto the mat, and we're going to bring that right foot to meet the left foot into another plank pose. Keeping that nice long line from the crown of your head to your heels. Hold for 2 more breaths. We're strengthening our backs. And then on your next inhale, shift the hips up towards the sky, back to downward facing dog. See if you can reach your heels even a little closer towards your mat. And then on your next inhale, reach that left leg high to the sky. We'll do that hip opener on this side as well. Let's bend the knee. Open up through that left hip. Couple more breaths here. And we'll recenter the hips. We're going to draw that left knee towards the nose, and we're going to settle that foot in between our hands at the tops of our mats, finding ourselves in a lunge position. And then let's rest our right knee onto the mat, bringing the top of the foot onto the mat, preparing for Anjaneyasana on the other side. Let's inhale to reach both arms up towards the sky, palms together, thumbs crossed. Slowly draw those arms back, opening up through the front of the body. Hands come back to heart center, just coming up slightly. Now bringing that right hand parallel to the left foot on the floor. Start off by placing your left hand on your hip, and then maybe even reaching those fingertips up towards the sky. Feeling that beautiful twist in through the torso. 2 more breaths here. And let's go ahead and bring that left hand
to meet the right hand on the floor. Both palms firmly placed onto the mat. We're going to lift up the right knee, roll the toes under of the right foot. And then we're going to bring that left foot to meet the right foot back to that plank pose. Working that core, strengthening your back, energizing the body. 2 more breaths here. And then go ahead and come into a downward facing dog. Bend both knees. Look in between your hands at the tops of your mats. And then walk your feet towards your hands. Back to that forward fold. Maybe you're finding a little bit more length at the backs of the legs. And a little bit more of a stretch in that lower spine. Engage your core. Bring your palms together. And slowly come up into mountain pose. Now moving on to pose 8 of good posture is standing bow or Lord of the Dance. Let's go ahead and bring all 4 corners of our right foot onto the mat. We're going to bring our weight, all our weight onto that foot, that leg. We're going to bring our left arm out to the side, grabbing onto the ankle from the inside. Let's start off by squaring off those hips. Open up through that left shoulder. Reach that right arm up towards the sky. Take an inhale and then exhale. As you're pulling on that ankle, you're reaching your right arm forward, opening up through that quad. Bow pose stretches the torso, opens the chest. It improves balance and concentration. And slowly make your way out of it. Go ahead and shake out those legs. Bring all 4 corners of your right foot onto your mat. Your left hand goes out to the side, grabbing onto the ankle from the inside. Open up through that left shoulder. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Inhale, and then exhale. Pull on that leg as you reach forward. Finding that focal point in front of you, called drishti, will help you keep that balance. Slowly make your way out of it. Still a work in progress for me. All right, we're going to make our way back down onto our mats. Take a step at the bottom of your mat. Take a big inhale, reach, lengthen, exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands forward back to that plank position. We'll hold it for about 5 more breaths here. Go ahead and bring your knees onto the mat. Shift back into child's pose for a little rest. Inhale to a modified plank position. You're going to take a slow bend in the elbows, slowly descending until the front of your body's on your mat, preparing for pose 9, locust pose. Go ahead and bring your arms down by your side. You're going to take an inhale to lift, reaching your fingertips towards your toes. You're nice and open through the front of the body. The chest is lifted. And interlace your grip behind your back, opening up more through the shoulders, and hold. Shalabasana opens the chest, tones and strengthens the spine. It enhances mood, relieving mild depression. And slowly release. Hands come right by your shoulders. Take an inhale, exhale. Let's stretch out in puppy dog pose. Hips are away from the heels. Now opening up through the underarms as you reach those fingertips forward. Let's go ahead and slowly make our way into our final posture pose, staff pose, Dandasana. We're gonna sit nice and tall up through our sit bones. Dandasana promotes good seated posture. Hold for 2 more breaths here. And then on your inhale, reach both arms up. Take an inhale, exhale, round forward. Seated forward fold stretches the spine, shoulders, and hamstrings. It improves digestion and it calms the mind. And slowly come on up. We're going to make our way into an easy seated pose with our legs crossed out in front of us. Finishing off with a nice tall seated twist. Inhale to reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, you're going to turn towards your left. Your right hand's going to go onto the top of your left knee. And your left hand is right back behind you. Looking over that left shoulder. Take a couple of breaths here. And then on your next inhale, reach both arms up, lengthen, and then turn the other way. Now your left hand goes to the top of the right knee. And then your right hand is right behind you. It's helping you keep your spine nice and tall. Let's hold for 2 more breaths here. And then inhale back to center. Inhale those arms up, palms together, hands to heart. 2 more times like this. I hope you finish off your day with an open heart, a tall spine, and better posture. Namaste.